Hi everybody, I'm Renee from Wanna Scrap, and today I'm going to share with you how I made these little gem branches arrows. Now this one I used one of these pieces off of this set I got from a dollar store a while ago and paired it with a feather and colored the other part of it pink. And this one I used beads with it. I didn't have very many colorful beads, so I only got 2 words that even pertain to Valentine's Day. And I was just using up these branches I had made quite a few years ago. And I thought it'd be time to use them, and I love how they came together for these arrows. This is another one I paired with a circular pearl thing like that, and there's the other one I made, and of course I made a heart one there. You can have so much fun with these. And the wire I'm just using, I just pick it up when I see it. This one happens to be 26 gauge, and I used about 14 inches. Now it looks like I'm going to measure off 28 inches, but that is far too long. About 14 inches for these little branches would make a good arrow size or branch size. So I picked out the beads that I wanted to use. I just used these tiny little pink beads, and here I am going to measure off a ton and you don't need this much at all. I don't know what I was thinking, but 14 inches is definitely more than enough. And I'm just cutting off a piece, and here I am measuring it. It's, like I said, a ridiculous amount. It's 28 inches I think I measured off. But no, you do not need this much. So 14 inches will be more than enough for this project. And so then I just cut the piece, and now we're just going to fold over a piece at the end here. And this is going to be our middle of our arrow that sticks out the farthest. Now this one I did make it a little bit too long. I went maybe well over an inch there. I would taper it off at under an inch, so because I hadn't made these in a while, so this was my first one I was making. That's why my measurements were a little off, but because this one really stuck out long but it still came out adorable nonetheless. So you just want to thread the bead on there, and you just want to keep twisting it till it's tight. You don't want to twist it so much that it breaks. So and then I'm just going to add another bead, and we're going to fish it all the way down to where the other bead is, and this is where we're going to make our first branch or our part of our feather here. So I'm just pushing the bead up, and now I just want to bend up the piece of the wire so that this is part of the arrow now, that I want it to kind of come down in size, if that makes sense. So as I'm showing here, I'm making it not as tall as the other one, and I'm just grabbing the end of the bead tight here and holding it there, and then just twisting it. But like I said, don't twist it too tight because it will break off. And you're going to just twist it down to the end there, and now you're going to grab another bead and see how this folds up beside it. It's not taller than it, it just comes down a little bit shorter than it. And that's what we're going to do with this one for the other side. Now, in this, it doesn't matter what side goes on what side, because however way you get the bead up there, just start twisting it. So I am going to twist it to the other side now. I know we just did this side, but it's all going to work out in the end. So you just want to take the wire again, fold it up beside the longest wire there, and just make it that little bit shorter. And I'm just twisting the wires together so nothing's poking at me there. And just grab the bead again and twist. And I brought it up to the same size as the other shorter one I made. And this is part of the, not the arrow forming, but the feathers that would be at the end of the arrow, I guess. So we're just going to thread another bead on. I'm just using 5 beads for mine. Of course you can use more if you like, and you can use different beads. I used pearls, I used different colors of beads, you know, any color you want, obviously. And again, I'm just threading it up through the wire, and I'm just going to bend the wire again a little bit shorter now than the middle two. So I'm just folding it up so it's a little bit shorter, as you can see there. And I'm just going to pinch it and start twisting. And we're almost done. This is how fast and easy these come together, you guys. And they're a great addition for doing any wedding kind of embellishments, or if you want to do any kind of shabby chic, or yeah, there's just so much you can do with these. I decided to turn mine into arrows. And I'm going to bring it up to the smallest size. I'm just kind of folding it where it looks to be about the same size as the other one on the other side. And we're just going to pinch it and start twisting. And I'm just going to try to pull it all tight. And I'm going to measure off how long I want my arrow. As I said, I made this one a little bit longer than I had wanted to, but it's all good. And so I just fold the wire back on itself to the length that I want to make it. And I'm just going to leave a little space there at the end so I can put my heart as the arrowhead on there. And I'm just twisting it up tighter there, and I'm going to make sure all my wires are not poking out and sticking out, and I'm going to cut it here. And anytime I have wires that are a little bit sharp and pointy, I just add a tiny bit of hot glue on the end, and that makes it soft, so if you rub against it, it won't scratch you. So here is our arrow. I ran out of beads to make my any more words, so I'm just going to try doing something different here. I'm going to put some pearl on it, and I'm using up my glitter heart stickers. There's all sizes in there, and I'm just going to use this tiniest one as an arrowhead, as I'm doing here. And these are the pearls I'm going to use. They're very tiny pearls, so I'm just going to cut it to the size I want and trim off the hanging things there. And I'm just adding some glue now all along my wire so that my pearls will stick. And I'm using glossy accents for this to help make it stick well. And I'm also putting glue all around where I did not twist, and that'll be for my heart arrow. And this is a little bit fiddly with the beads, I must say. The other one was a lot easier to just use my marker and color it. I thought about using my alcohol markers, but I didn't have a pink. I just had a red, and I didn't want to use it, so I thought I would try the pearls. And like I said earlier, I ran out of the beads to come up with any Valentine words, so I found it easier to hold this steady with both hands so I can get it glued on better. And then I just let it dry overnight, and that's the way these came together. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I had fun making it for you guys. And until the next video, we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.